There's no friction.
Oh
in that
my
song.
God, man.
That's what I'm saying aerodynamically.
Oh my God, man.
Slipping down his nose.
I spit water everywhere,
so
bro.
quickly. Wow.
Click
Hi.
the button. Click the button for the podcast.
Fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God.
Let's give us a volume. real quick.
Welcome to Hawaii. Here come the try to stand up and because I use from the sea. I am sure and all the people will listen to my talk.
Oh, what's happening? What's
Yep,
good?
yep,
Welcome
yep.
to Past the Kabsa. Well, see, we were quiet for a second because we were negotiating with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys couldn't catch any of
This
that.
is serious stuff.
This is episode 6,755.
Minus a couple.
Minus about minus like 6,000 and
Around
what else
it,
stuff.
yeah.
What's happening? What's good? Welcome everybody. We miss all of y'all. We miss each other too.
Sure.
or we
Yeah.
think-
Okay.
All right.
Let's go with that.
Let's go with that.
Let's go with
Let's
that.
go. We miss
Yeah,
each other.
Let's go with
All
that.
right, that's good. That's good. That's good. I have a story to tell you real quick before we start because I don't know. I'm just dumb like that. I'm gonna expose someone real quick. So
Nice.
Nice. This is a hot start to the episode. Let's go. Okay.
no, I'm not exposing someone. I actually asked one of my friends if I could do this. So one of my friends, he used to play basketball in our high school.
Okay.
He was really good. He wasn't awful. He was varsity.
He was not
Nice.
awful. That's a great compliment.
Yes,
You're
yes.
not awful.
Yes, he was not
At the
awful.
end of
We're
this-
not bad at that.
And he was Michael Jordan.
Well, actually, anyway. So,
Okay.
Oh, there's an
Okay.
actually.
so when we were in high school, what's his name? His current wife was his girlfriend at the time she was pregnant. So he had a son when we were in high school. So right now his son is basically like I think in college right now, going to college.
Nice.
So actually no, he's going to college. It's his senior year. So he was showing me a text message that he had with his son before his big game. All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna read you the text message.
Some fatherly inspiration.
Yes,
up in
this
here.
is a father to a son.
Okay.
All right. Maybe it's my fault.
Great heroic way to start it.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Dude, all right, but we
Okay.
just started. All right. It's like maybe it's my fault. Maybe I led you to believe it was easy
Yeah.
when it wasn't.
Oh wow.
Maybe I made you think my highlights started at the free throw line and not in the gym. Maybe I made you think that every shot I took was a game winner. That my game was built on flash and not fire. Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see that failure give me strength.
Damn.
I'll tell you why I'm laughing in a second.
Okay, this is
That
extremely
my
poetic.
pain was my motivation.
There we go.
Hold on. That my pain was my motivation. Maybe I led you to believe that basketball was a God-given gift. And that's something I worked for every single day of my life. He's not a basketball player anymore. But anyway, every single day of my life. Oh my God. Maybe I destroyed the game. Or maybe you're just making excuses. So when I was reading that, I was like, I know this from somewhere. Guess from where?
Basketball.
This was Michael
Diaries.
Jordan's Nike commercial.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
What a liar.
That is genius.
That's
actually
amazing.
Genius.
The trolliest dad I have ever heard of. Well
And
done.
the beautiful thing was his son's reply, "Thank you, Dad. I love you so much." Oh my God, man.
Okay, see that's
Yo, Nins, I love you so much, man. I love you so much,
see,
man.
that's
Thank you for
credit to the
that.
son. Credit to the son for believing in his
God.
dad so much.
Oh my
Okay,
God,
believing
he's
his
a
dad.
liar. What a liar.
No, Yahi, I love the fact. Okay, he delivered the message that he wanted to deliver. Right, he wanted to be motivational and shit to his kid. Right.
Okay.
Yes, the way he did it, the fact that he went and he got Michael Jordan's like speech, 10,000 times better than anything he could have said himself.
Of course. Yeah, I get it.
Right.
But he's doing
And now
it for
the son
love.
just looks up to his dad. I really hope that
My bad. I wish
Yeah.
that his son chose that message around. He's like, guys, this is what my dad sent me. All right. We need to
Framed
come
in his
together and
house.
win this game.
Um,
And just someone says, yo.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I saw this somewhere.
Yo, well, you know what would be even worse?
But you know what?
You know what would be even worse? If he actually listens to this podcast. If he just like passes by his dad's like computer, it's
God.
like, oh wait, what is this?
Man,
Kept
I'm just gonna,
setting.
I have his son's Instagram, but I'm not gonna be an ass about
Oh,
Send it to him.
it. No, not yet.
Okay.
No, this is blackmail right now. I got birthdays coming up.
Good thinking. Good thinking.
All right, man. I'm just trying to hold him down for everybody else.
Well done.
But seriously, okay, the thing is, if anyone search on YouTube Michael Jordan Nike commercial, maybe it's my fault. It's an amazing commercial. I love that speech so much,
It's
man.
a great piece of writing.
It's amazing. It's beautiful, especially coming from someone as great as Michael Jordan, the GOAT of all goats. You know, like you saw his heart and sweat into every single game.
Wait, Turkey, you saw The Last Dance, right?
Yeah, minus 2 episodes.
Oh, come
Oh,
I didn't
come
finish it yet. I
on.
didn't finish it. I gotta finish it. Okay.
What?
But I saw the part about that commercial. They got it somewhere there.
Now, this
No.
commercial I didn't put in the Last
No,
Dance.
They did.
But in The Last Dance, I think it was episode 4 or 5. I think it was 4 at the end of it when Jordan's talking about winning. That was one of the greatest speeches I've heard in my entire life. I can't play here because my friend Netflix is going to screw us. But, bro, I'm going to play you guys later on. Like, this is like my go-to. If I feel like I'm not doing well, I just play that back.
This is what you listen to when you look into the mirror.
This is
Yes,
his Rocky.
basically, yes.
This is his Rocky
Hype
music.
yourself up.
Turkey.
Yes, yes,
Well
yes.
done. Well done.
Yes.
It's amazing, man. It was basically, I think the episode was about how his teammates saw him. Because Jordan was known to be an asshole. Like he would
Mhm.
call you out in the middle of practice.
See,
he would punch you
He
in
would,
the middle of practice.
and I understand why he would do that because I'm
He's a
playing
winner.
this good. You
Yeah,
need
he's
to
a
come
winner.
up to my level.
He's a winner.
you
He's a
know?
winner.
And that's a
He's a
great
winner.
way to kind of like
Yeah.
inspire people around.
It's not great. But again, for the other people, like his
It's
teammates were
difficult.
saying, he's like,
It's
he's an
difficult.
asshole.
Yeah,
like
it's
he's an
difficult.
asshole, but you understand when you see him put in that work.
Bro, he has 2 3-peats. Like that's enough said. Turkey,
Jordan.
finish the damn show.
Jordan.
Okay, I will.
Wow.
I will.
Well, anyway, off of Jordan, what's happening, guys?
All's good.
All is popping.
It's all great.
How was the last couple of days?
Groovy?
It was moving smooth. The weather's getting better.
So much better.
Oof. I'm looking forward to Hatab.
Mm.
Hatab at Elmo's.
I like.
I'm looking forward to
I-
Hatab at Elmo's.
I like-
And Barak's tea. Oh,
Mhm.
special tea.
I like this. That we're actually like
It's grilling season.
a
Yeah.
couple of the guys already have like their mukhayamat set up and stuff. So
That's
like
nice.
desert trips are starting to come closer and closer.
Time of the season.
Yeah, you guys are going on your own desert trips. I ain't going nowhere.
No,
Man, I did once and like that was enough. All right. One time in my life is more than enough.
one time in your
One
life.
time in my life is more than enough.
Was there too
Okay,
much?
fine.
sand?
I'm good.
You're
Was-
good. We're good. We're good.
Wait.
I love
We're
it.
good. Let it.
Oh my god, man! I got a question for you.
What's up with you?
What's up with me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's thank you.
Interesting. You
Thank
might
you.
ask.
Well, I'm doing great.
All right.
Like the last, I didn't see you guys since the last podcast, right?
No.
I didn't see any else, huh? I
I
didn't.
don't think so.
Thank God. See, this is why I'm feeling great.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
I ignored your
Good stuff.
existence. We still have WhatsApp. Yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. You still guys exist in my life somewhere somehow. But I'm doing great. I got a great
Unfortunately.
question for you, Shamsi.
Mhm.
Let me ask you a question. So right now, you just say you're walking down the street, right?
Okay.
Let's say you at you walk. You know you walk.
Yeah.
So you walk is popping
Okay.
all the time. So you're walking down, right? You see someone wearing nice shoes. Are you with me here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're just looking at me.
Okay. I'm waiting.
all right.
I'm waiting for the. I'm waiting for
I'm
the
waiting for the reaction.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
nice shoes.
Okay, no, I'm not saying. Okay, nice shoes. What?
I'm waiting for the rest.
Okay,
of
why
the,
you shook?
I'm
I didn't
waiting-
even start yet. Why you shook?
I'm waiting for the rest of the
All right,
question.
I'm gonna come to you. Why you
Okay.
shook though?
Is
All
he?
right.
Is he?
Stand your ground.
Okay.
Wow.
Is
Wow.
the
10 toes down.
is the person wearing nice shoes a?
So you see someone wearing nice shoes,
Okay.
right? And you're like, oh, those shoes are nice. Because you were looking down on your phone and then the shoes popped up. Maybe just say it was some like neon colored Yeezys. Like,
Okay.
oh, that's actually nice color. I was looking at it for a minute. I wanted to buy it, but it's good to see it in real life. So you're like, you want a compliment, then it's a female. Oh.
Ooh.
Right?
Am I supposed to follow up with another ooh?
Here's the question.
Okay.
Do you compliment?
Like if
I'm
I'm,
not giving anything else.
if I'm actually walking somewhere, like I don't think I would stop on my way as I'm walking to compliment somebody. But if I'm actually standing in line for a second, like if I'm, I don't know, buying donuts, I don't usually buy donuts, but like I'm buying popcorn at the theater. I'm buying donuts, and it's like there's somebody saying, like, yeah, nice shoes, like good choice, great choice. I love your fashion statement, your fashion style.
So, do you think you can do that everywhere?
And see, the thing is, I would do that most of the time, not in Riyadh, because Riyadh people are not usually, smiling and welcoming. People are very keeping to themselves, I guess,
What?
in a
I
sense.
have no idea.
No.
Who are you talking
Really?
about? Do
No.
you go outside?
Yani shuf,
Do you go outside? I have a question for you. Do you go outside?
I do go outside.
Do you go to restaurants? Do you go like to hang
Oh.
out, social places and stuff
Not
like that?
really, not as
You
much,
don't?
No.
Then that was a very awful.
My experience.
Hold them at the stake.
Wait. My experience is I used to work in Faisalia, right? So in Faisalia, like everybody's there for work, so everybody doesn't really have time to. So it's a different social space, I guess, than
And that's not what I was talking
You
about.
walk, I guess.
You walk is a more casual, like weekend out kind of vibe.
I haven't. We went to a movie once there, right? Yeah, it
Think
wasn't
so.
with you. I went with.
Well, it doesn't matter if you went to a movie there. I don't give a shit about that.
I'm
I'm
just
trying to
to-
remember the vibe. Hold
Yeah,
on. give
exactly.
me-
He has no vibe, zero vibes.
trying to remember
You
the
just
vibe.
heard the vibe he just gave out a second
He's
ago.
slow.
This negative ass vibe, I don't want it in my life.
He's
Slow.
very slow.
No,
Give
you're
him some-
actually completely wrong.
Correct me then. Go ahead, please.
Whatever you just said about people in Riyadh, this was the stigma back in the day. Actually, it wasn't the
True.
stigma, it was true.
True.
But now people actually they're more welcoming,
They're much more open. Yes.
much more open. Even like restaurants, you got Saudis opening doors for you, getting you in,
That's
catering
true.
for
That's
you.
True. That's true.
I mean, it's more open vibe than it was
But,
before.
actually, now that I think about it, I went to Uwalk a couple of weeks ago with my mom, and we went there like during a weekday. It was late at night, and the place was popping.
It was fire.
Yeah, it was popping
Mm.
for real. Like
It is.
they had like
It
a
is.
fountain. People are chilling. The cafes were all like pulsating with people. I saw a couple of friends
Pulsating.
pulsating.
Okay,
yes.
go ahead.
But the thing is, when I usually on my weekends, I would kind of try to avoid that kind of place because
Just like you're avoiding his question right now.
Exactly.
That's what you're doing right now. Very nice, very nice.
Exactly. But it was amazing. I mean, I saw you turn left, you turn right, you turn left and you
Okay.
right, but there was a roadblock. Now welcome back. So you got to make a U-turn now.
yes.
Yeah, hey, hi,
Hi.
Shamsi, how you
Welcome-
doing?
Welcome back. to the
Hey,
question.
Sunsi, you doing good?
Yes.
Nice. So, Shamsi, what if you're standing in line and you see someone with nice shoes? Would you compliment yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, that was a yes. Good. Even though you said people were not smiling.
Really?
So, here's my question to you. This wasn't actually what I was going at. I was getting at this. Do you think you can do it everywhere by that? Like, could you do the same thing in all the other places? Like, for example, if you go to Kingdom, can you pull off the same vibe of seeing someone in line and say, hey, oh, nice shoes? Or do you think certain places are more open than other places?
I think places that are open space are more open. I feel Madrid psychologically, I guess. Like you walk Riyadh front, that kind of more than the malls, I guess. I don't know. Malls are
Ooh, an empty mall where there's an echo. That's not a good scene. That's not a good scene to give anyone a compliment.
Yeah, no. Like the malls kind of don't give off that vibe. But you walk Riyadh front, Road Square.
But you would just
Well, that's exactly what I was getting
shout
at.
a compliment to a stranger, just like that.
Yeah, you're making somebody's day better.
Are you though?
I'd like to
I
think
feel
so.
like if there is,
if I mean it, if I
No.
actually mean it.
yeah, of course you can mean it, but there is
I-
a general idea that when a guy is giving any female any compliment, it's a move. He's trying to make a move.
I don't agree with that.
Look at Terex
I
coming
don't
in.
agree
See,
with
I-
that.
Terex coming in
I
hot.
wouldn't want to do that. I would love to give someone a compliment for no reason whatsoever, but 90% of the time, it's going to be perceived in a different way. It's going to be perceived as, hey, how you do?
No, it depends. See,
You know?
that depends on the way you deliver it.
Okay, see, Turks is right, and you're also somewhat right. So I have
Please
a friend of
tell
mine.
us what is right. Okay.
What is right? I have
Yeah.
no idea. But I was actually someone I was talking to him about this conversation. Actually, I wasn't talking about this conversation, but he said something interesting. He was like, when I go to Hood Square, he's like, I feel like a different vibe that can be more open, telling people, hey man, nice shoes, hey, nice habaya. Like as in like I can actually compliment a person. I was like, I don't care. I don't want anything from anybody. I just want to be able, if I see something nice, to say something nice.
Because it's a public space.
Exactly. But he's like, I can't do that in other places.
So like in malls.
In malls, I don't think you can do anything in malls, to be honest. People are shopping, they're just doing the thing, they're go moving quick. Right, there are people who just like, put on a fashion show when they're walking inside
No,
malls.
you have people who
I-
just go there and walk for exercise. You have people who go there and chill. at
Yeah, I know,
cafes.
but still,
there's a lot of
again,
different vibes.
a mall is a different vibe than
I agree
Well,
with that. I agree with that.
Why? No, I think a mall is exact same vibe, but it's a bit more like in the summertime. It's everyone who was outside is going to go inside. It's not about the setting. It's about the cultural stigma of what's appropriate and what's not appropriate.
See, this is why I mentioned I wouldn't go out of my way, because the same thing. Okay, for example, at work a couple of days ago, we have the place where I work has a large number of employees. It has a lot of people that come in regularly. Every 2 weeks we have a bunch of new employees.
Mm.
So I was talking to somebody at a certain department, and one of the new people came and stood next to me. I do not know this person. She was a senior manager,
Mhm.
but her abaya was beautiful. It was really nice, and I mentioned that to her. Hey, I'm Hamad. I work at this department. Nice abaya, really great choice. Oh, thank you.
That's a nice breaker.
Yeah, see, there
that's
you
a
go.
nice
Easy at work.
breaker. Yeah,
that's a
something
work.
else.
That's what I'm saying.
a
But,
work is easy.
but I'm saying the idea of complimenting being taken as an advance, I disagree with that notion, because you could just genuinely actually like something. And
I would love for that to change, and in an ideal world, that would be the perfect thing. But I don't think we're there yet.
We're at this stage yet.
I don't think we can be at that stage.
I am a very kumbaya, why can't we all just get along kind of person.
We all are.
Eh,
Not you, not you.
Nah.
Why can't we all just get along?
No,
No,
I just
no.
wanna- hey, That's basically what
I
he's
would like
saying.
the option
Yo,
of being able to hate.
The guy who says I want kumbaya, the same guy's like, yo, man, there's too many people over here.
Yeah.
Man, I hate this place, man. There's like so many people. They're not smiling. Like, but hey, I'm the kind of guy that I feel like everybody's like, kumbaya, you know?
I just have a problem with like the parking spots. That's honestly my issue.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Man, no
that's
one
his word.
deflects like Shamsi
Yeah,
deflects, bro.
ridiculous.
Like
Ridiculous.
no one deflects, man.
No, the funny thing,
See, again, man. Like,
as I was leaving,
oh, did you play sports as a kid?
not competitively,
You would have been amazing at any defense.
really.
Any defense, even military. Any defense.
I was awesome in gym class.
Yeah, like a defense. Oof.
I was a big
And maneuvers, like sidestepping things. Woof.
swiping.
Amazing.
Like Keanu Reeves actually called me for some advice.
There we go. There we go.
Wow.
See, that's what I like to hear
Yeah,
right there.
see? Like all those bullet dodges. Where do you think he got that from?
Oh man,
Innovating, bruh,
that's good to
for
hear.
years.
Okay.
Would you give the compliment?
Yes,
Always.
not always.
Why not?
Well, again,
Depends on.
like I expect a reaction.
Okay.
So if someone tells me that it's true, I give them a pound.
Okay.
As in money.
As in coins or.
As in no, as in like a fist bump.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Here's a pound.
I'm not paying for compliments.
Thank you for the
I'm not
compliment.
paying for compliments. I want to walk around just say, hey man, thanks for the compliments, dog.
Yeah, it's like a coin bag. Clink.
Hold up. Thank you. Hold on. Let me get out my coin purse just for a
Oh,
second.
see, this is why we have 2 real coins now, so we can do that much more
Oh
easily.
man, I'm gonna make it rain on you in a second.
2 compliments. Here's 2 reals. I got a special coin for that one. Son.
It's commemorative.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
See, this is why y'all lonely. This is why y'all lonely.
Give them a pound. Like,
Oh my god,
Okay.
man.
So you never give high fives.
Again, so you guys actually like you've been going back and forth to the UK most of your lives.
Yeah.
No, it's true. That's what you
Yeah.
guys have been doing. Yeah.
Yes.
For me, it's different.
A pound is
So
like-
for me, a pound is a fist bump, but
Yeah.
for you, it's actually
Yeah, but that's you.
transaction.
Okay. That's you receiving a compliment. You're
Yeah.
gonna give a fist bump.
Yes.
But when you give out a fist bump, a compliment,
Want to give out a pound?
a compliment, do you also expect a reaction?
Yes.
It depends on the personality or
Exactly.
what you think
That's
the
why I told you
personality of the
sometimes.
person is.
Some people, by the way they dress and the way they walk and the confidence they have, you feel like I can nice shoes.
They're
I
more
appreciate
open.
that.
Yeah, they're
I used to do that, but I stopped like a while ago. I mean, I was walking around in London for
Again,
subhanallah,
I know.
and I saw some dude walking past us, me and my brother, wearing a T-shirt with a very deep cut reference of a video game. Okay,
what was the reference?
that's Abstergo. So he's wearing an Abstergo company T-shirt, which is a company in the Assassin's Creed universe. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, okay. Not a deep cut.
We're going to be geeking
Yeah,
out
some deep
tonight.
stuff.
I love
Okay.
the nerdiness.
And I
thank
just,
you.
while we're
Super
walking,
nerd.
pointed at him and said, "Oh, nice T-shirt." my brother,
Did you point at him?
my-
Please tell me you pointed at him.
I did.
Oh my god.
I
Yeah.
did.
Like, did you stop in the middle of the street? Were you?
No, we're walking. I just
Oh,
pointed at him to get his eye contact. Said, "Nice T-shirt."
Oh. All right, what happened? Please
My
tell me.
little brother smacked my hand down. Like, don't you ever do that again.
Do you know why?
And I stopped doing
Because
that.
you're pointing.
I
Yeah,
know.
you should be pointing.
It's very
Yo, try that in New York. Say, yo, nice shirt and point at someone.
Punch.
They're gonna run away.
It's been done to me in New York, and I said thank you.
Oh, look at you, so cute.
Also, some nerdy stuff.
Okay, you do realize those
I
are.
was wearing deep cut this time.
Ah.
You do realize those are 2 very different cultures on the different
Marra.
side of the ocean, right?
Yeah, but we're talking about like everywhere.
But wow,
It's different.
wow.
I
But
can't-
again, back to
That's
your
why I don't
point.
compliment people in general.
Okay, so you got
That's why I don't.
you were afraid in London. You brought that fear with you back to Riyadh.
Yeah, khalas.
All right, that's good. All right. So you,
This is something
so
that
you get
embarrassed
shook.
people around me, so I'm just gonna stop doing.
So you got shook easy by your little brother.
Yeah.
All right, good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
That's the family dynamic.
we know who's the alpha male in the house.
Not the one throwing compliments left and right.
Do you throw compliments to Shamsi?
Left and right?
Yes.
Not left and right.
You don't throw any compliments.
No, I do.
You
Actually.
are super negative.
No, that's not
All right, I will call the homies one by one right now
untrue.
and tell them what's the last compliment Shamsi ever gave you.
No. Shams is trying to raise his stock.
Oh.
Shams has been dishing out
I've been-
compliments like, "Ooh, I've been not."
Oh, no,
dishing
hold
out
on,
any
hold on.
Compliments for a while.
What was it, like last Thursday or
There's
Friday?
a Mr. Nice Guy.
There was a Mr. Nice Guy. That was one day.
Wait,
That was one day. That was one day.
We're trying to rank the nice guys, right? So they were saying.
I heard about this one.
Yes.
I'm glad I made the cut.
You actually did make the cut. So I was like, Turks is third. Might be too high, but okay.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm glad.
you know,
I'm happy.
Sam was fourth. I'm like, no, that's that's really not true.
I am like beyond below.
And I was like,
I'm like -8.
Oh no, you're on the other list.
I'm on the naughty list.
Mhm,
Oh
yeah.
snap!
Mhm.
Well, good to know.
no, but
Okay.
I always do like to show love to the people I love, and try to be nice.
Man, I give more I love yous to you fellas
Yeah,
and to
but-
all my friends than
no,
anybody
for
else, and I
real.
still get nothing.
for
The
real.
people
Okay.
you love. We're talking about strangers.
And I
No,
also
I'm gonna go back to Champion's point about him saying he made the Mr. Nice Guy list.
Oh wow.
I'm just hating that I wasn't on the list, even though I give out a lot of I love yous.
That's why you're not on the list.
The hating
Right
part?
there. Yeah, right
See,
there.
I get it.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
because you're expecting something in return. You shouldn't expect something in return.
It's not about that.
That's the
I'm gonna
trick.
tell you why. Okay, if you look at if the Kanfi Mizan for my love and hate, yes, I give out love, but I give so much hate.
And he
willingly.
hates because he loves.
So and see, because you do that, the love and the hate that you put out come back to you in equal measures. So that's why you have a lot of people hating on you, bro.
That is not true. I don't have a lot of people hating
Don't
on
you?
me. No, I don't. No, I don't. Back in the day, maybe. But now,
Maybe.
nobody cares for me. Thank God. Like they stopped hating a
But they
long
all,
time
they all
ago.
forgot about you. So
Well, thank God.
there's that's
I mean, like, why you should be thinking about me if I'm not talking to you?
exactly.
Like, if there's like, if I told you, yo, I don't like your face anymore. Like, I don't like your face anymore.
We don't need to revisit your trauma.
Oh, come on. It's not trauma. This was like last week to Shamsi.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Because I'm growing a beard.
I have no idea.
So much
Your
hate.
face is just ugly as hell. But anyway.
But anyway,
I know.
Jab and he continues walking. I was like, okay,
And like,
keep walking, keep
all
walking.
right, I'm just saying, like, Turks got scared and then he stopped complimenting people.
Yeah.
So I think that we should all jump on Turk's Instagram and just throw compliments.
Throw
left
those,
and
throw
right.
those love hearts.
You know. No, don't throw hearts. I want everyone to just jump on his Instagram and just, like, throw like, what's the weirdest emoji I can
Bro,
think of? Hold up.
I wish people can see his face right now. Like,
He is shivering.
but no, his face is like cringe. Like,
Listeners, I told you he gets shaken real easy.
I cannot
Shook-
handle
shook-
that
wait,
much
shook
love.
it.
He
Have you
gets
been-
shooketh.
have you been shooketh, Turkus?
I have not
Hold up.
received that much love, and I am not comfortable receiving any of that love.
None of it's gonna be pure.
See,
Hold
the
up.
prob-
Let me look for an
problem where- the
emoji.
problem-
Hold up.
The problem when you get that, like, so that amount of love, sometimes you don't know what to do with it. It's just overwhelming. And you know what? You know what? That's a great feeling.
Is it?
It is.
I wouldn't know.
See, that's
Yeah.
why our
Mhm.
tens of listeners, please, if
Oh.
you are listening to us right now,
Okay, just our listeners. Hi, that's a little.
and let's start there.
Everyone throw
Turkish some loves.
the chicken drum emoji.
Oh wow.
I want that chicken drum emoji all over his comments. Out of love and care
No.
and some sort of, I don't know, happiness. I don't know. What other bullshit I can add to this?
No, we're referencing his flabby
Please don't do it.
love hips.
Turk, no, hello.
Handles.
Turk has a beautiful Instagram. What are you talking about?
No.
Leave me alone.
You know, his
My
Instagram
dark
is
room.
very entertaining.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate the style.
I've been told I am spam.
On Insta story, you
Yeah.
are spam,
Yes,
but you're spam to them. To me, you're actually giving me like
I
things. That,
summarize the entire internet.
Thank you.
That's what I do.
the summary of internet in one day,
It's just,
every day,
it's just
every day. Every day.
it's just overwhelming.
all day, every day.
It's just overwhelming to go through like 5 minutes of like your story. Honestly.
Yeah. Those bars just turn into dots at the top
Exactly.
of the story.
Like
and-
you don't
and
even
it's-
see them anymore.
It's just too much.
It's like
Yeah.
stars.
It's like an
Well, anyway,
endless
since
scroll.
everybody wants to escape the subject, I'm really hoping that we can start complimenting each other even more.
Okay,
All right.
I think we've agreed.
No.
to do that.
We're all just running around.
Yeah.
Everybody's scared to
No,
say something.
I will.
I'm be just out there and say all of y'all are really, really scared. And I really hope you stop being scared because people love y'all, and not only your family. Yeah, your family. But anyway, like we love y'all. We love the listeners, don't we?
The love is
Speak
See,
for yourself.
whenever you say we love the listeners, don't we? That's what, like, basically we're not all on the same page.
Mhm.
No, the love is real.
Please
The
speak
love
for
has
yourself.
always been real.
You are a liar.
No, I'm not.
I know. I'm just saying. In my story, you are. In my story, you're just full of shit right now.
That's why nobody listens to you.
Okay. Thank God. There was something about AI a couple of days ago. I don't know if you guys caught it or not.
There was something about AI
Did you
a couple
catch
of
it?
days ago. So Saudi apparently hosted a global AI summit, which is
Mhm.
great because we love video games, and we know that AI is a part of video games, don't we, Turkus?
Was it like video game centered?
No, it was completely video game uncentered.
Okay.
So we basically had a global AI summit, a 2-day global AI summit. The Crown Prince, during the summit, gave a speech. I'm reading off Arab News right now. I'm doing a couple of readings really quickly. He said, 2020 undoubtedly has been an extraordinary year to test the potential of AI, as we witness the formation of a new global normal that is redefining our ways of life, working, and learning. This requires all of us to think and work hard to take advantage of artificial intelligence and unleash its full potential to advance our societies and economies. We are a long way from doing that. Like not just here. I'm thinking
Worldwide?
worldwide,
As
around
an
the world.
AI worldwide.
As in yes, actually integrating AI.
When you
into-
say long, how many years do you think?
like if I'm taking the I don't know, was it Godwin's law of technology, 18 months that technological power doubles, I would think that we're already having AI applications now. I would think they would accelerate within 5 years, but until they go mass and scale up, would need easy 15 years.
15, 20?
15 to
Wait, did you
20.
say 18 months?
18, there's a law in
Yeah.
computing that says the computing power, the powers of processors can double in capacity every 18 months. That's
Okay.
how fast the rate of technology
Okay.
growth
Okay.
is. Now, I think lately that's been getting
I thought tech in general.
no,
I didn't know.
processor, just
processors.
yeah,
Okay, that
processor
makes
speeds.
sense.
I think Godwin's law or Edwin's law.
I have no idea either.
So
واحد من الجماعة.
واحد من الجماعة الطيبة. So
Hold on. The first attack of AI, where is it going to be at? Not attack, as in what they're going to go and try to fix first. And it's not self-driving cars. Self-driving cars is still very, very far away.
that's already happening.
Is
Self-driving.
it?
No, it's not.
We still.
It's not self-driving. There's cars, yes, that self-drive, but it's not. It can't be done in a normal way where it can go anywhere and does everything that you can do on a daily basis. It's very limited. That's why they only have like in San Francisco and some places in
Yeah, but it's
LA.
happening.
It's happening, but it's not a technology that's commercial yet
And it's not 100% reliable either.
at all.
Yes, because
So-
it's still in that beta testing phase.
Any self-driving right now is going to have problems.
You know, one of the interesting things about self-driving cars, like
Yeah.
there's an ethical dilemma in AI. It says if you're in a car and you're one person, and let's say there's a person in the street, you can have one of two options. You either, get off the road, the driver, ends up getting hurt, or you run over the person in
The
the street,
passenger.
the
Yeah.
passenger or the driver, or you run over the person in the street and the driver is saved. So the question that is asked, who
What was AI? What would AI do?
No, see, that's the programming. The
Mhm.
programming we put in the programming. What is more important? What should be more important?
Yeah.
What if it was two people in the streets and one person in the car? Should that change the equation? What if it's two people in the car and one person in the street? Should that change the equation? So
that is the dilemma.
that is
I think the only thing they have in code right now is that if danger, hit brakes. That's it.
simple as that.
That's
Don't
simple.
swerve. Don't do nothing.
That's a-
Don't.
Don't try to avoid. None of that can exist right now. That's very, very hard to do.
And I'm just highlighting
Not
like
Elon
Yeah,
Musk.
that's something. we'll
Nobody.
get to at some
This
point.
is this is
Yeah,
gonna
I get
need this is gonna need a while. It's gonna need a while to get to that. Right now, I think we're entering level 2 in terms of self-driving, which is what
Explain this.
Tesla's offering right now. Which is it feels like it could self-drive, but you really need to have your hands on the wheel.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like at the moment,
Lane assistance, radar assistance, come in and out of parking.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. At the moment,
The
I wouldn't.
mundane stuff. basically.
Yes,
Like, could it park itself? Could it double
Right
park?
now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
right now in certain areas maybe
Could it double park
could it double
or
park?
parallel park?
Parallel
actually?
park. Yeah.
If it can drive, it can parallel park. It
Yeah.
won't be
Yeah.
hard.
We're
Yeah.
talking about parallel park.
Because right now you can do it automatically. Right now, if you have like, I don't know, so many cars have this.
My
right now.
car technologies are old.
So right now,
Excuse
from like
me.
over
I
10
has
from
radio.
2012, the
My-
Lexus LS in 2012, you can self park.
My car technology is from 2012.
Okay, obviously 2011 because
Yeah.
you didn't even know about this in 2012.
Yeah.
You can basically you turn on a radar system, and it can look at the right side, right, and
Okay.
it will tell you to move, so it can read, and it will give you a green box. You press OK, and the car will just reverse itself into it. Well, now it got much easier and much faster to do, but that's been done for a long, long time
طب
ago.
فلة صراحة. That's like a great
Yeah.
feature.
But again, I think the biggest fear of AI is going to be jobs.
You see, that's actually where I wanted to go with this because right now,
Didn't sound like it.
no, like one of the things that is happening right now is you're actually seeing AI take over jobs. So I just saw like a news report that said fast food restaurants are now training robots to make the food, so you don't really need to have a kitchen staff anymore because there's a
Well, that's
fully-
what's going to happen.
Oh, interesting.
I remember a couple of years ago, there was this Japanese economist. I forgot his name, or inventor or something, doctor or something. But I remember he was saying that in the future, because of AI and robotics, that the only jobs that are going to be for the working man is going to be things that you do in labor or art. For example, like acting, singing,
okay.
painting.
The creative arts.
Yes, those are going to be one of the few jobs that robotics can't take over because you need a soul for that.
Do you think we're gonna have robot teachers?
Robot teachers. I think
If
you
we
don't-
have books.
well, you
and
but it-
internet. is
the
robot
iPad is
teachers.
already somewhat teaching you. So what more do you
Yeah,
want from
But
that?
do you think we could get to a point where universities don't need to have professors anymore? You can just have robots teach the classes, and you could just have the professors focus on like higher graduate classes. Or
No, you
research and
can't.
stuff
Do you know why?
Hmm.
Because a robot doesn't know how to reach your soul. It doesn't know how to fire that spark in you.
Not yet.
No, but you're, what
How? How? It can't feel you. It can't touch you. It can't give you any emotion. It's a robot.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Not yet.
What do you mean not yet?
I mean,
He's talking about like at some point.
At some point, the robots will have a soul.
No, they won't have
AI
a
would be
soul.
Then what?
advanced enough to have a consciousness. And once a robot has a consciousness, that's
extremely sci-fi. That's
Yes.
extremely
Marra.
sci-fi.
that's
But-
my source.
Yeah, that's
my
sci-fi.
sources are.
and sci-fi actually is a
And
great
Turks is
source.
saying it as if like like hey, within 2 weeks, that's how it's gonna be popping.
Sure, we're not, and I don't. The whole idea of the whole Skynet theory of okay, the robots decide okay, these guys are pests, let's get rid of them. I don't think that's gonna happen. Like,
No,
that
no,
is
no. I'm not talking
extremely-
about that. I'm
yeah.
not talking about that. I'm talking about like we're talking sci-fi. Become Human. The Detroit Become Human. That was the video game
Okay,
where you're playing actually a robot that has a job, basically, and you're going through the entire like process of
and the programming breaks. So what he's talking about
Yeah.
is okay. So the idea of
the morality of the situation you are in. Would that steer a robot or an AI out of the programming?
That's a
Like
good
when
question.
things become moral.
That's a good question. And the
That's
idea,
where teachers come in. That's where freaking babysitters come in. That's where
I have no idea what else comes in, but I think we're very, very far away from anything like that happening anytime soon. You're looking at what's going to happen first. They're going to attack industrial jobs. Anything in industrial sector is going to be the first thing to go. Tech also along
that's
with
already
it.
gone. You have a lot
Almost,
of
yes,
automated
yes, almost.
factories
Well,
everywhere.
Well, not
The indi-
not fully.
Not fully, but the only people you have there are just like checking, doing maintenance, making sure everything is running. But other than that, there's like there are no people grabbing something and putting it into something else.
so I think
It's all robots.
Amazon does that with their warehouses. Some of their warehouses. No.
They have those little robots where actually humans put things in and it just moves around this thing.
Yeah, it moves it around.
Or maybe,
Yes,
that's half.
maybe it's Alibaba. I remember one of the big like tech websites having an automated warehouse
I'm-
that kind of.
I'm talking about like car manufacturers.
car manufacturers. I'm sorry, you're wrong.
Wallah?
Car manufacturers. We had this discussion. Me and
We
Shamsi.
saw that. We saw a
Yeah.
video,
There's this car company that basically designed a whole car out of 3D printing.
which was
Yeah.
awesome.
All right.
So good.
Okay.
And the whole like from top to bottom does everything by itself except the engine is external. They got it from another company,
Mm-hmm.
and it can set up the whole car within I don't know how many hours or days at first.
And one of the things that was extremely interesting about it, because it's a robot and because it understands the basics, fundamentals of how to build the car, it basically, kicked up the efficiency of the car
Exactly.
by designing the parts in a way that are just as strong as regular parts, but have less weight, that are designed in a different way, a more aerodynamic way.
So for
That's
example,
computing, yeah.
so think of like if it's let's say a subframe. So if a subframe would be a part that would be a bottom of the car to hold the car from your sides.
Yeah.
So it could be more stiff and rigid.
Mm.
So it looks at it like say right now the way we're making it is like straight up like aluminum blocks, cut it up and set it up.
Mm.
So with 3D printing, you'll know okay, like this area doesn't need that much aluminum in it because there's not too much flex in that area.
Okay, so it's
So I can make less material of the same part.
okay.
So
Nice.
for this car company is actually taking that route, and they see that this is the future of cars. Because right now, for example, Volkswagen in Wolfsburg,
Mm.
their factory is the size of Monaco in France.
Mashallah.
This is a factory.
Mm.
So imagine all those employees getting fired in the whole town or
Mhm.
city. It's not even a town.
That's huge.
Yes.
That's huge. I get it.
So this is the future. Right now, no. Right now, Elon Musk tried to do that with Tesla, where I think it was the Model 3 was going to be all made by robotics, and it failed miserably.
How come?
Because you need humans to do the alignments for it. You need humans to know if this is put in a certain way or should be designed in a certain way. Robotics are just like, lastic baba, lastic.
Yeah, assembly.
Exactly.
Molding,
So-
assembly. That's it.
So
You can do all that automated.
So this is where AI comes in. AI comes in by basically advancing AI. How does AI work right now? It works through machine learning. So basically, you give it a big data set of things, and it learns through going through that data set.
simulations and simulations.
Simulations. That's how it grows.
Yeah.
The video game you're talking about, Becoming Detroit, what happened in that video game, the robot
Become
kind of broke out of the
Yeah.
coding.
Yeah.
You know, the coding
because
that
of
underpins-
AI,
because
of
it-
intelligence.
because it developed, you know, some sort of morality or consciousness or whatever you
Yes.
call it. What I find this interesting are Asimov's robot laws. You know who Asimov
Of
is?
course.
So Asimov
As
is
a nerd, I know. but-
okay. So
yeah.
Radul, you know who Isaac Asimov is?
I know a lot of ASMR music.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay.
Thank you.
I-
It's not even music. ASMR is not even.
Isaac
ahead.
Asimov
Give him the
is
three
one of the
fundamentals.
is one of the greatest sci-fi writers. You know, came out the 40s, 50s, and he came up with the 3 fundamental laws of robotics. Okay, first law: a robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. Second law: a robot must obey the orders given to it by human beings, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. Clear?
Mhm.
3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. So you can't hurt people. You must listen to people unless that involves hurting people. And you must always protect yourself unless, you know, you're trying to help people or listen to them.
Yeah.
That's the basic fundamental there.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of programming, for it to actually come into place in reality, is not going to be anytime soon. You're way off from that. Where we are right now is just trying to develop the robotics
Yes.
in sync with the AI in order to make life easier for a lot of people in a lot of different places. For example, fast food restaurants, for example, industrial settings, or
Hospitals,
hospitals,
healthcare.
definitely. I think insurance as well. Like, you know, a lot of things that require number crunching, a lot of numbers.
Yeah. See, I'm all down for robotics. Okay, but artificial intelligence, that's something else. Those 3 laws that Asimov wrote, he wrote them in the book I, Robot.
Yeah, and
Okay.
which they made a movie. Will Smith
It's
movie
not the
about it.
same. No,
It's-
no, it's not the same.
It gives you an idea
It's
of
the same world, same universe, but it's not the same as the book. The book is direct. It's basically 4 chapters of the Sultan. Each chapter talks about what happened wrong because the robots were following these 3 laws.
Okay.
In each chapter, it shows you a robot and something going wrong because they were trying to only follow these 3 rules. Not only to follow them, but those were the 3 laws that they were following. So I am afraid of AI surpassing what we expect it to do and do something that could be.
Bad.
Yes,
Okay.
I've seen Black Mirror.
So Asimov actually thought up of that, and he came up with a 4th law later on, which was he called the 0th law. Which
What is that? I haven't heard of it.
The 0th law is a robot may not harm humanity or by inaction allow humanity to come to harm. And that law basically preceded all the other laws that underpin the other laws. So basically that law says that you can't, it's not just about one person. You need to think about the collective as well.
Yeah.
You know, again, very sci-fi,
But
very
that still
long
goes
away.
back to the car theory that we're going for, saving one person in the car or saving 2 people outside the car.
Yeah, that question doesn't have an answer yet.
And it's never going to have an answer.
There's no right answer. Is there
Yes.
a right answer?
No, there's no right answer. The right answer is hit the brakes.
Yep.
And whatever happens, happens.
So just try.
Hey, man. You're talking about having something think if this is black or white or green or blue or whatever it is. Is it a human? Is it a box? You're having something to think
We
for
already
you.
have that. If you search an image on Google, it recognizes what it is exactly. If you open up your phone right now, go to photos.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk
And-
about
and-
captures.
no,
Okay, no, hold on. I was really going with this.
type in like tree. Okay, every
Okay.
photo that has a tree on your phone will pop up.
That is actually a very cool feature that I did
That
not
is
know
AI.
about. Yeah,
So
that's machine
you're
learning.
telling that
Yeah.
this is a tree, and you're telling that this is a human. How does it tell the difference? Is it because the human is moving?
No.
Then what?
No, it's machine
It only
learning.
look,
It learns
AI,
the patterns.
AI is only going to see it as an object. That's all it's going to see it as. This is an object that
That is
moves,
called
that I
that.
need to avoid.
That it looks like a tree, where it looks like a person, where it
We're
looks like
talking
a dog.
we're talking about the photos. You're talking about cars.
Yes, I'm talking
You're
about.
talking
I'm talking
about
about AI.
AI in
How-
cars, that's obstacles. That's all it should see.
What do you mean as obstacles?
As in, like, it doesn't know if that's a tree, that's a human. that's
Exactly. It
it's
sees
not-
something moving that I have to avoid. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it sees.
Yes.
So it will never tell, oh, this is a human, this is a child, need to stop. It will not know that. This is an object coming in my way. How do I avoid it? That's all it's going to read. There's no other
For
way
now.
of
Well, yeah, for now.
Now- for now.
it. Okay, for now, what do you think? How is it going to read later on? then?
Well, I mean,
This is where machine learning comes
we
into play.
as the car manufacturer would like to know if whatever is moving is a human or a
Refine
cat
the technology, basically.
or a dog
Okay.
or a moose.
Hello.
Okay.
Because if it's a moose, you can't hit the brakes, bro.
If it's a cat,
If it's a moose, you
and
need to
if
swerve.
I do need to swerve or hit the brakes, I might harm the person inside. That's another morality question. Is a human life?
Would you like
Or-
me to answer that morality question for
Worth a
you?
moose.
I will answer that question for you right now.
Please do.
So one of my friends.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not my friend. He's one of my cousin's friends. I'm gonna push myself away from this. I'm gonna push
Okay.
myself far away.
Okay.
All right. So he was driving down the street, right? And there's a cat that ran across the street. And he's like, "Oh, I gotta avoid the cat." And he avoided. He swerved. He sprang into a pole
Oh,
and ended up in the hospital. Car was
Oh,
destroyed.
Shit.
All right.
For real?
I swear to God.
Okay.
So this was a long time back.
Alhamdulillah, salamte.
Oh, listen, look, I think so. I don't have no idea. I never met the guy.
Okay.
Anyway, so look, Seifu, حياته كلها.
I know some people who know some people.
Okay. He's the
Anyway.
cat man.
So later on, I asked him. I mean, my cousin asked him.
Yeah.
My cousin asked him. He was like, "Oh, alhamdulillah." He's like, "Man, I swear to God, if I see one more cat in the street."
Yeah, that cat.
So that morality question
Wow.
was answered for you, bro.
See, yeah, if that depending on who's
Who's behind the wheel?
Yeah.
And
That's not who's who's
Ah.
behind the wheel of the company. That's
who's
actually,
in control.
Yeah,
This,
creating
what,
that
what
AI.
you're saying that the AI is not going to be a person behind the company. It's going to be a computer that's going to learn about daily habits every day, and it's going to get smarter. I still do not
Yeah.
think it's going to get smart enough to understand that this is a child, or this is a dog, or this is a moose.
I think it, with
No,
given enough time.
I'm
it will.
saying people will program that in to know.
I don't think you can program that in anytime soon. I think with what Apple's doing with lidar right now, if okay, I'm just like spitballing right now. If there's a way to understand that this is a 3D model, not a 2D model, this is not just an object that's moving in one way. Because right now, all radars are just like on cars are just taking images and shapes and just reflecting it back. So I
Yeah.
think if there's a way that it can mold and understand the shape of the thing, that's or
I'm
person
saying it
or
already
animal,
does.
It doesn't. I'm telling you, it
It
doesn't.
does.
And
Google
cars,
has
it
this
does
techno-
not.
No, it does not. In cars.
First off,
But
in
already-
Google, you are putting in information and you're telling it what to look for.
No. Machine learning has improved their search, especially for images, because machine learning is
Hello.
learning about
And
images.
that's exactly what I said. I said right now, radars are taking images. It's not 3D. It doesn't know that this person has a
I'm
shape.
telling you, Google Images is not 3D either. It's 2D images.
Do you understand what I'm saying here? I'm saying I agree with you. This is how
Yeah.
it sees it. So it doesn't understand if it's a car, if it's whatever,
But it
when
will
it's
be-
moving in real time.
How long do you think that until that Google technology is implemented in cars?
They've been trying it for I don't know how many 10 years right now. They've been failing.
Of course. They've been
Okay, so
failing, yeah,
how many years am I give more?
But technology is still like progressing.
For 10 years, they said in 2020 we're going to have self-driving cars, and now they're saying, oh, it could be 25, it could be 2030.
What I'm telling you about Google Images, this was like 2 years ago. That's that like machine learning jump that happened in their Google Images sector.
Let's just
So
put
that-
something out there.
Once they perfect that, because right now, like I remember they had a conference. They showed you a picture, and the machine learning thing that like I understood it was a bear and it was in a tree next to a river. Okay. Then 2 years after that, they recognized that it is 2 bears in front of pine trees next to the مش عارف ايش river. So it is learning. It
Hello.
is progressing.
Again, it's exactly what I'm telling you. We're agreeing on this. They're looking at an image and understands an image.
Yes.
I am talking about analyzing a moving object. There's difference.
Well, no, you merge the two. You put both together. You recognize that it is a moving object, and you recognize what that moving object
خلاص
is.
ابشر. Yo, look at Elon Musk real quick. Tell him we cracked the code that he's been trying to figure out for the last 10 years. Turks in 2 minutes. He
I
just
know,
cracked
I'm
the
telling you,
code.
they already
He's like,
have
yo, they already got this. And I'm telling you, it's not there. And you tell me they got this. I'm
But
like,
it's
look,
going
in
there.
Google, you can have this in terms of images. But in real life, in a car, with people walking around and things happening in front of you, and for it to understand all of that at the same second,
It's not easy.
it's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
at all.
I'm not
It's
saying
easy
it
at
is.
all.
It will get it right, but it will also get it wrong. If you're giving something to AI and you're giving something to self-driving, you put people's faith into something, then you have to know 100% that it's bulletproof.
And that's why it's not there in cars yet.
Yes, I'm telling
But
you.
it will get. I'm saying it will get there. That is a problem.
See,
I
I think
think-
one of the things it requires. I think one of the things it requires for it to get there is not. It's not just about the cars. It's about the street. It's about the street lamps. It's about
Exactly,
having
of course,
sensors. This
yes.
is where you get into the whole
You're talking
Internet
about
of
an entire
Things.
infrastructure that needs to
Exactly.
change. Of
I
course.
think the end of the story is going to be very simple. I think inside the cities, there's going to be no more driving. There's going to be
That'd be
this,
great.
There's going to be this, what's the name? This metro system where electric buses and everything is just functional around the city going the whole
I
time.
think they're called APMs.
So-
Automated people movers. Something like that, I think.
So once you stop, you get inside the city, your car is not allowed inside the city anymore.
Yeah.
You park your car somewhere and you just jump in. Everywhere you need to go, you can get it done. I think that's the only way they're going to do it at first, or for it to succeed. And that's what Tesla is going to be working on in the next 10 years. Because I think that's the only way that they
a
can
lot
go
of
through it.
companies are trying
See,
to do that.
we're just looking at a very limited angle right now. But when you actually look at the entire field of robotics, there's so many different applications that we can't even think of right now because we're not really that knowledgeable. But the field is vast and the potential is great. And that's why it is so good to see that the Crown Prince during that summit kind of announced the launch of a national data strategy for data and AI
That's
with the
dope.
aim of positioning Saudi at the forefront of AI research. and
Inshallah, man.
development.
Inshallah. We
That's
have
dope.
great talents in that field.
His words were, I hereby invite all dreamers, innovators, investors, and thinkers to join us here in the kingdom to achieve our ambitions and together and to build a pioneering model to unlock the value of data and AI in order to build knowledge-based economies and advance our present and future generations. I invite you all to work in a spirit of cooperation to shape the future of artificial intelligence in a way that serves all societies, prioritizes collaboration over competition, and focuses on reliable and responsible uses and applications of AI to serve humanity.
Man, go ahead,
I was
CP.
Like, yo,
Go ahead,
yo,
CP.
bro.
Keywords
Go
right
ahead,
there.
CP.
Like, there's so
Man,
many
every
good
time he
words here.
speaks, I feel small.
No, honestly, so many good words here: collaboration, serving, knowledge-based
What a
economies.
way to bring this podcast to an end.
Honestly, like,
Go ahead, CP.
let's.
Man, he makes us more and more proud, man. I swear to God.
But we need to kind of ensure that the cars don't run into people in the street. Like, let's do that first.
I think we established right here that we're not getting hired for anything right now.
I don't think so.
That's
Nobody's
do with
gonna want
AI.
any robot applications from us.
Man, that's it. Allah يسلمك يعطيك العافية. Thank you.
But,
Appreciate it.
it's great that we can actually
تفضل،
watch
حياك.
all the AI sci-fi stuff.
What AI sci-fi stuff?
And all the TV shows and see all the different ways it could be used. And we have ideas for the future. That's what I'm saying.
Inshallah, man. I really hope so. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate you. We somewhat love y'all with as much love and hate as possible. And please subscribe and keep listening to us. We hope to see you soon.